Hey guys, welcome back to Zach Going Fire. Today we're going to talk about how much money we spent on our credit cards. As you can see from the thumbnail, we spent over $70,000, and we're going to talk about how much we got back from that spend in credit card rewards. This is so far for 2025 up through the end of November. Stick around to the end. The total amount that we got back is quite surprising. If you're new to this channel, I am a truck driver who's planning on retiring next year in 2026, and I'll be 44 years old. And just 10 short years ago, we were bankrupt. My wife is a full-time travel agent, and we plan on traveling around the world starting next year. So here I've got my spreadsheet where I was putting together my end of year review to see how much we've gotten back in credit card rewards, cash back, and points over the last year. Now these numbers are only up through the end of November. And if you're familiar with my previous budgeting videos, you'll see that we actually spent more than what we budgeted to spend so far this year. But a lot of that spending is pre-purchasing some travel and expenses for next year. So budgeting is for another video. Let's get into how much we've got back in credit card rewards, and I'll go through these in the order of how much we've used them over the past year. So the Chase Disney card, we only used that like once or twice this past year. We spent $71. We got $1.58 in rewards on that, and that's a 2.23% return on that spend. Then the PayPal debit card, we've spent just $1,045, and we've earned $6.99 on that, which is a return of 0.67% on that. Then we have the Freedom Flex card. Going back to the PayPal debit card, I should say that the reason why we earn less than 1% on that is because a lot of the spending that we do has not been in the rewards categories that we should have been spending in. We do try, but we're definitely not perfect in using the right card for the right transactions. But in our Freedom Flex account, we've spent $640. We've earned $17.47, which is a return of 2.73%. Then in the Apple account that Mindy has, she spent over $4,000 on that. A lot of that was to get her new MacBook and things like that she needs for her new job. And we've earned just under $63 on that, which is a return of 1.56%. Then we have the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. We've spent $4,696 on that. We've earned $71.29, which is just over 1.5% cash back on that card. Then we have the US Bank Cash Plus account. We've spent $1,535.67. We've earned $71.56, which is 4.66%. So that most of that comes from us using that card only for utilities, which we get 5% cash back on. The Bank of America, we've spent $3,616. We earned just over $107, which is 2.97% back on our spend. With my Apple Card, I spent $5,367. I earned $136, or just over 2.5%. The Bilt card we've used mostly for our rent. It's the only card that we can use to get cash back or points for on our rent spend, and without having to pay any transaction fees on that. We also use it to get 3% back when we go out to eat. We've earned $154, which is 1.2% back on that spend. So that's not a very good return, except for that you have to consider that we only would be able to get those points on the rent money by spending with just this card. The Sam's Club card we've used a lot. We've spent $4,807 for $171 in return. or 3.57%. So we use that for gas, and that's a great card for 5% cash back on gas and 3% back on Sam's Club by being a Sam's Club Plus member. We have the Discover It card with the 5% rotating categories. We spent $2,665 for $181 in return, or 6.79%, which is really good. We got some bonuses for different things we spent money on this year on that card. We have the Amazon account where we do most of our online shopping. We spent $3,456 in Amazon. We got $188 in rewards, or 5.45%, which is pretty good because Amazon, usually you only get 5% cash back on Amazon purchases with the Amazon card, and we've been able to find some purchases that give you extra rewards back. The Atmos card, we just recently got that. Now we do pay $399 a year for this card. We spent $6,625 on it. Now these last three cards we do have annual fees on, but you'll see we got some really nice sign-up bonuses for these cards. We've earned $1,182 in rewards for the Atmos, which is a 17.85% return on spend, which is incredible. With the IHG card, we've spent $6,203. We've earned $1,514 worth of rewards, which is a 24.41% return on spend. Then the Venture X card, we've spent the most on this card for $12,893. We've earned an incredible $1,567 back on this card, which is over 12% return on spend. So how much did we earn so far in 2025 up through November? $5,435, or an average of over 6% return on our spend. I was just really shocked when I saw these numbers. I hope you're able to get something from this video, and you're able to see that even though it can be frustrating sometimes to manage a lot of different credit cards, if you use the right credit card for the right kind of spend, you can earn a lot of extra reward on your spend without having to spend anything extra than you normally would. Until next time, guys, let's continue to drive towards financial freedom.